Okay guys, I'm back again, and what I wanted to show most of you viewers is that you don't necessarily need a good team to get to tier 20 in the arena. Here you can see the team I'm using. As you can tell, I'm using Reinhardt and a Dancer. Whilst that may be pretty overpowered, I'm sure you understand that their low BST values gets you a lower amount of points in the arena. And as you can see, I'm about to get demoted to tier 19. So I'm trying to obtain a few extra points so I could hopefully stay in tier 20. Again, if I wanted to do an optimum playthrough, I would have to replace Olivia and Reinhardt. But this is just to show you that you don't actually need those units to get to tier 20. This first team is actually pretty interesting because the Bride Cordelia has Cancel Affinity. And I checked Sonya, who doesn't have Green Tonebreaker. As a result, I'm able to bully her because my Julia does in fact have Green Tonebreaker. So what's actually interesting is that if Bridal Cordelia did not buff and moved downwards, Azura could have danced her, which would have allowed her to kill my Julia. But the bad AI is pretty helpful at times. Again, if Bridal Cordelia moved and then Azura moved and danced, Bridal Cordelia could have actually done some damage and killed a unit of mine, but bad AI. So I mean, the first win was relatively simple, but again, it's to illustrate that you don't necessarily need high BST units to get to tier 20. So again, this team has no dancers, and optimal playthroughs of the arena would have no dancers. Again, there's no real units in this team, which is you know, threatening. You know, just simply use Reinhardt to kill 2 of the units off the bat. Noe will get killed by my Julia. And yeah, I mean, even at tier 20, high, you know, scoring teams, you don't really get that many high merges. So what happened here was I have threatened resistance free on my Julia, which allows Reinhardt to kill Hector. So again, two fights are done already out of 7. That point total 684 was not sufficient, so I decided to just give up. I'm looking for around 686 to 692, because at the higher tiers, every point does in fact count. So again, I'm getting very bad luck here in terms of high scoring enemy teams. So there we go. I believe that's in fact the max value I can actually verse. This team's actually pretty interesting because it's got 2 dancers and both of them have Wings of Mercy. Sheena does in fact have Distant Counter, and there's a Delthea, which is actually a very strong mage. In fact, you might be able to consider her the best blue mage in the game, apart from someone like Reinhardt or Lind maybe. Again, it's just bad AI again, you know. Azura essentially walks into my Reinhardt. My Julia is able to kill Sheena. What's interesting again is that if you see what I'm doing here is I think that Delthea might be able to move, and then Olivia can dance Delthea, which might be able to kill my Julia. But the AI is just horrible, so that's the reason why I used Rally Resistance on my Julia, because I I suspected Deathless to get danced and attack my Julia, but that didn't happen. So again, it was an easy win. I know many people might be thinking, oh, you're using Reinhardt and Dancer, so of course you're gonna win. So later on, I kind of show you why Julia, in my opinion, is the best person in the game. This map is actually pretty cancerous, mainly due to all the breakable walls. Normally when I get a map like this, I wait for the horse unit to rush me. As you can see, Camus did in fact rush me, but due to the movement abilities, he got pulled back. My Olivia does have Triangle Adept, so I was hoping Olivia could kill her in one hit, but that did not happen. So I was kind of unsure of what to do here, because I was trying to think of all the possible moves the enemy team can make, because there's an Ike, for example, there's a Camus, and there's a Deathless. So I was thinking about what the best possible arrangement can be to, you know, get myself out of there. And I decided to go with a dance reposition, because I'm sure Camus or Deathless might be able to kill Reinhardt. What's actually helpful is that Camus went bottom, and as a result he can't actually attack any of my units without first breaking the wall. And this in fact allows me to kill the rest of his units. I used rally resistance for added defense just in case, but as you can see I didn't really need it. Deathless is dead, and then Reinhardt should be able to pick up the kill. So again, I'm using Reinhardt quite a lot, but I'm going to start using Julia a tiny bit more to show that you don't really need, you know, Reinhardt to do well in the arena. So again, we have another team with no Dancer. The first thing I do when I see a Nino or a Sonya is I check if they have green Tonebreaker. As you can see, she doesn't. I made a small miscalculation here. I was supposed to rally resistance with Matilda, but I forgot to do that. But again, due to the lack of green Tonebreaker on Nino, I kill her instantly. And then I can kill Noe, and then I can kill Lucina. So as you can see, 3 units in essentially one sort of turn, just by using Julia. And then Julia again can pick up the kill on Sharina. So I didn't use Matilda, I didn't use Reinhardt, it was just a combination of Julia and Olivia. So again, you don't need Reinhardt to do well in the arena. So this enemy team does in fact have a Julia as well. You can tell he's got extremely good taste in characters. So again, I was checking to see if Julia had green Tonebreaker, and she did. And she also has 34 speed. My Julia has 30 speed. So I was just making sure to check if Lind or Grey or Azura had like rally speed. Because if they had rally speed, then their Julia could have doubled mine, and that would have been really bad. But they didn't have that. Due to the bad AI, Lind gets herself killed, and that procs my Julia's Dragon Fang, which will then allow me to kill the enemy Julia. And then Julia is able to pick off Grey. As you can see, Azura is not close enough to my Julia to do anything. So I'm able to kill Grey with my Julia, despite the weapon triangle disadvantage. And then I could just kill Azura next turn. So again, we're seeing another Julia sweep with a bit of help with Olivia and rally resistance from Matilda. Again, Julia is the best Green Mage. Definitely not biased. So again, I'm getting very bad luck here in terms of the enemy teams. I primarily want a score of 686 to 692, as I've stated. But as you can tell, I'm getting really unlucky here, and I pretty much wasted a Dueling Crest. Until I got this team with the enemy chicken, Faye. This team is actually pretty cancerous because my Reinhardt can't kill Faye. She has Triangle Adept, and she also has Lightning Breath Plus. But luckily, due to Azura dancing Ike, I'm able to pick up the kill very easily. Now, you initially might be thinking, okay, why didn't you place Julia, you know, into the attack range of Lind or something like that? But that's mainly due to the fact that Azura does have Wings of Mercy. So if my Julia fails to kill on a retaliation, which I believe she will fail to kill, Azura will be able to Wings of Mercy and just attack my Julia and double her and most likely kill my Julia. Especially after Lind doubles my Julia will be on like half health. So I didn't want to risk that, especially because this is the last match. This was me finding out that Faye had Lightning Breath Plus. So I had to play a bit strategically. I was waiting for the enemy to misplay, and as you can see, the enemy team did misplay, and I'm able to sweep the enemy team with my Reinhardt and Julia. Again, Julia can kill the chicken, the Faye. As you can see, I've now got 4,820 points. Before that, I had just under 4,790 or so points. So that's 30 points I obtained, give or take a few. As you can tell, I went from, say, 2,000 several hundred to 1,500. So 30 points made a pretty big difference. Although, if I'm honest, I don't think this value will be enough for me to stay in tier 20. But it goes to show that it's doable for anyone.